Welcome to our channel, where we explore the essentials of healthy relationships and personal growth. In today's video, we're diving into a crucial topic that impacts every aspect of our lives: boundaries. Pause 1S. Boundaries are the invisible lines that define how we interact with others and how we expect to be treated in return. They play a pivotal role in maintaining our mental and emotional well-being. Pause 1S. In the next few minutes, we'll guide you through understanding why boundaries matter, how to identify and communicate them, and how to handle various responses. We'll also touch on the importance of mutual respect, compromise, and self-care in maintaining these boundaries. Pause 1S. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of how to set and maintain healthy boundaries in all your relationships, fostering a more balanced and fulfilling life. Pause 1S. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content on mastering healthy boundaries in relationships. Pause 1S. Let's get started. This is why you need boundaries. They're like invisible fences we build around ourselves. These fences are not meant to isolate us, but to create a safe space where we can thrive and grow. They tell others what's okay and what's not okay. Boundaries communicate our limits and expectations, ensuring that our interactions are respectful and considerate. They protect our well-being, our time, and our energy. By setting boundaries, we prioritize our mental and emotional health, allowing us to recharge and maintain balance in our lives. Without boundaries, we risk feeling overwhelmed, resentful, or even taken advantage of. The absence of boundaries can lead to burnout, as we may find ourselves constantly giving without receiving. Imagine a world without fences. While it may seem liberating at first, the lack of structure can quickly become chaotic and unmanageable. Anyone could walk onto your property, take your things, or disrupt your peace. This lack of boundaries can lead to feelings of insecurity and vulnerability. That's what it's like without boundaries in relationships. Misunderstandings and conflicts arise when personal limits are not respected. Relationships of all kinds, romantic, friendships, family. Each type of relationship requires its own set of boundaries to flourish. Boundaries are essential for healthy relationships. They create a foundation of trust and mutual respect, allowing connections to deepen and grow. They help us feel safe, respected, and understood. When boundaries are honored, we feel valued and our relationships become more fulfilling. When we set boundaries, we're saying, "I matter." We are asserting our right to be treated with dignity and respect. We're honoring our needs and values. By recognizing and communicating our boundaries, we create a life that aligns with our true selves, fostering personal growth and happiness. If you found this helpful, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more insights on mastering healthy boundaries in relationships. Figuring out your boundaries can feel tricky at first. It's like learning a new language, the language of self-respect. Start by paying attention to how you feel in different situations. Do you feel drained after spending time with a certain person? Does a particular topic of conversation make you uncomfortable? These are clues that a boundary might be needed. Think about your limits. What are you willing to tolerate? What are your non-negotiables? Your boundaries are unique to you. There's no right or wrong answer. It's all about what feels right for you. Once you know your boundaries, it's time to communicate them. This can feel scary, but remember, clear communication is key to healthy relationships. Choose a time when you can talk calmly and openly with the other person. Use I statements to express your needs and limits. For example, instead of saying "you're always late," try "I feel disrespected when I'm kept waiting." Be direct and assertive, but also kind and respectful. Remember, you're not trying to control the other person, you're simply communicating your needs. Not everyone will react positively to your boundaries. Some people might get defensive, angry, or try to guilt you into changing your mind. Stay calm and stand your ground. Remember, you have the right to protect your well-being. If the other person continues to disrespect your boundaries, it might be necessary to distance yourself from the relationship. On the other hand, some people will be supportive and understanding. They might even apologize for crossing your boundaries in the past. Celebrate these positive responses. They show that the relationship is built on mutual respect. Section 5. Building bridges, mutual respect and compromise. Boundaries aren't about building walls, they're about building bridges of understanding. In any relationship, there needs to be a balance of give and take. Be willing to listen to the other person's perspective and find compromises that work for both of you. For example, if your partner loves to socialize, but you need more alone time, perhaps you can agree on a certain number of social events per month. Remember, healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, empathy, and a willingness to compromise. Section 6. Boundaries in motion, adjusting over time. Boundaries aren't set in stone. They can and should evolve as your needs and circumstances change. Check in with yourself regularly and ask, are my current boundaries still serving me? Do I need to adjust them in any way? Life is a journey, and our relationships grow and change along with us. Be flexible and willing to adapt your boundaries as needed. Remember, setting boundaries is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. Section 7. You come first, self-care and boundaries. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to forget about our own needs and well-being. However, self-care and setting boundaries are essential for maintaining a balanced and healthy life. Setting boundaries is an act of self-care. It involves recognizing your limits and communicating them clearly to others. This can be challenging, especially if you're used to putting others' needs before your own. It's about prioritizing your well-being and honoring your needs. Taking time to reflect on what truly matters to you can help you identify areas where boundaries are needed. Journaling can be a powerful tool in this process, allowing you to explore your thoughts and feelings. When you set boundaries, you're saying, I deserve to be treated with respect. This means standing up for yourself in conversations and ensuring that your voice is heard. It's not about being confrontational, but about being assertive and clear about your needs. You're giving yourself permission to say no to things that drain you and yes to things that nourish you. This can be as simple as declining an invitation to an event that you know will leave you feeling exhausted, or as significant as making a career change to better align with your values. Make time for self-care activities that fill your cup. Whether it's reading, taking a bath, spending time in nature, or pursuing a hobby. These activities are not just indulgences, they are necessary for your mental and emotional well-being. The more you prioritize your own well-being, the easier it will be to set and maintain healthy boundaries. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It's a vital part of living a fulfilling and balanced life. By taking care of yourself, you are better equipped to take care of others and handle the challenges that come your way. Section 8. Finding support. When you need a helping hand. Setting boundaries can be challenging, especially if you're not used to it. Don't be afraid to reach out for support from trusted friends, family members, or a therapist. A therapist can provide a safe and supportive space to explore your boundaries, practice communication skills, and develop strategies for handling challenging situations. Remember, you don't have to do this alone. There are people who care about you and want to support you. Section 9. Drawing the lines, examples of healthy boundaries. Establishing and maintaining healthy boundaries is crucial for our well-being and relationships. It allows us to protect our personal space, emotional health, and time, ensuring that we can thrive in various aspects of our lives. Boundaries can encompass various aspects of our lives. Here are some examples. Emotional boundaries. Saying no to gossip, refusing to engage in toxic conversations, limiting contact with people who drain your energy. Emotional boundaries are essential for maintaining mental health and emotional stability. They help us protect our feelings and ensure that we are not overwhelmed by the emotions of others. For instance, you might choose to avoid conversations that make you uncomfortable, or set limits on how much emotional energy you invest in certain relationships. Physical boundaries. Not tolerating unwanted touch, setting limits on physical intimacy, creating a peaceful and clutter-free living space. Physical boundaries are about respecting your body and personal space. This can include anything from deciding who can hug you to setting rules about personal space in your home. It's about feeling safe and comfortable in your physical environment. Time boundaries. Protecting your time for work, hobbies, and self-care. setting limits on how much time you spend with certain people, saying no to commitments that don't align with your priorities. Time boundaries are crucial for managing your schedule and ensuring you have time for the things that matter most to you. This might mean saying no to social events that don't interest you or setting aside specific times for work and relaxation. Material boundaries. Setting limits on lending or borrowing money. Refusing to give away your possessions if it makes you uncomfortable. Protecting your personal belongings. Material boundaries involve how you handle your possessions and financial resources. It's about feeling comfortable with how you share or protect your material goods. For example, you might decide not to lend money to friends or set clear rules about borrowing items. Remember, these are just examples. Healthy boundaries can vary greatly from person to person, depending on individual needs and circumstances. It's important to communicate your boundaries clearly and respectfully to others, and to respect the boundaries of those around you. Your boundaries are unique to you and your needs. They're a reflection of your values, priorities, and personal comfort levels. By understanding and respecting your own boundaries, you can create healthier, more fulfilling relationships and a more balanced life. Take the time to reflect on what boundaries are important to you and how you can implement them in your daily life. This self-awareness and assertiveness will help you navigate your interactions with others more effectively and maintain your well-being.